Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be looking at Money and Credit, 10th grade economics, chapter 3. This video is one of a 4-part series. And so in part 1, we're going to be looking at what is money. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. So money has become an essential commodity in human life. In fact, we humans have erected a social system where money is indispensable, and we're highly dependent on money. But what makes money so valuable in our life? What is money? Money is a medium of exchange, and it's called that because money can be exchanged for any goods or services. If we have money, we can purchase any good that we want, and we can purchase any services that we want. So let's look at an example to illustrate this definition of money. Suppose we have a person here who needs 1 kilogram of rice. So naturally, the person would find an agricultural trader or a farmer's market, and he would give money to the trader in exchange for a bag of rice. But earlier, when money didn't exist, there was a barter system. So in a barter system, people exchange goods or services between each other. So if I'm a buyer, then I give the seller a good, and the seller gives me a good in exchange. So there's no exchange of money, it's only an exchange of different products. So for example, let's look at the same scenario. There's a person that needs a kilogram of rice, and there's another person that needs a pair of shoes. So the person on the left gives the person on the right a pair of shoes, and the person on the right exchanges the shoes for a sack of rice. So they both have an item that the other person wants, and so they exchange it to get what they need. This is known as a double coincidence of wants. When each person wants a good or service that the other person can provide, then the two parties can exchange these goods or services without the requirement of money. However, double coincidence of wants has its fair share of cons or disadvantages. It's inefficient and time-consuming, and we're never guaranteed to find a seller that has the product we need and is also willing to take the product in exchange for what we have to offer. So obviously, it's highly inefficient and it takes a lot of time, because suppose the person that needs the bag of rice, he has to hunt down for a person that has a bag of rice and also wants a pair of shoes in exchange. So double coincidence of wants is not ideal, especially in a fast-moving society like today. That's why the concept of money was established and barter system eventually faded away. So the benefits of money. Money acts as an intermediate between the buyer and the seller, and it eliminates the demand for double coincidence of wants. So coming back to the same example, a person needs a kilogram of rice, and this person needs a pair of shoes. But instead of exchanging rice and shoes, what if this person on the left gives the person on the right money, and the person on the right gives this man the rice? So the person on the left exchanged money for rice. And since this man on the right still needs shoes, he can go to the nearest shoe store, exchange money, and get shoes. So money can be exchanged for any goods or services. So instead of exchanging goods between each other, they just exchange money. So money shifts hands between the buyer and the seller. And then the seller can use that money to buy whatever he wants. So over time, money has evolved. Its structure and its physical appearance has also significantly changed. Earlier, there used to be metallic money, which was gold and silver coins. And each type of coin represented a different value. So silver coins were relatively less valuable than gold coins, and bronze coins were relatively less valuable than silver coins. And soon it evolved to paper money, so cash. And cash is just paper, so it doesn't have any value on its own. And then after that, we moved towards plastic money. which is our credit card that we see. And now we're moving beyond this. We're going to digital money. So we have PhonePe or Paytm or Google Pay. So all our money is in our bank account, and we can access it through a unified payment interface, a digital payment interface. So that's digital payments. So earlier, money used to be tangible. We can touch it, whether it be metallic money, coins, paper, or even a credit card. But now it's no longer even tangible. So there's one striking difference between paper and plastic versus metallic money. So the paper and plastic money are worthless on their own because it's just paper or just a piece of plastic. But the gold and silver and bronze coins, they have their own value because they're made of precious minerals. So how can we accept paper and plastic money as currency? How can we exchange it if it has no value on its own? So paper money and plastic money constitute what we call modern currency because nobody's using coins anymore, which is why in this modern world most people are either using paper, plastic, or digital payments. So that's known as modern currency. So why is modern currency still accepted even though the actual currency has no value on its own? The main reason is because this currency is issued by the Reserve Bank of India, or the RBI. And the RBI, their role is to issue currency. They're an authorized government financial institution, and their roles are to issue currency and supervise banks. And so only the RBI is authorized by the government to print money. No other individual or organization has this right, which is why money is so valuable because only this one organization issues the currency, which means that it's valuable and it has some sort of meaning in the market. Another reason is that according to the provisions of Indian law, no one is allowed to refuse payment in Indian currency. So you can't, suppose a seller, he's not allowed to refuse payment in Indian currency. So coming back to our example, if the person that wants to buy a sack of rice gave an Indian rupee to the seller, the trader, it would be illegal for him to say, no, I won't accept Indian currency because we're living in the sovereignty of India and only Indian currency can be used for exchange. So why modern currency is accepted? Because it's authorized by the government, it's issued by the RBI, and no one is allowed to refuse payment in Indian currency. This is a pretty much guaranteed 3-mark question in any exam. Why modern currency is accepted even though it has no value on its own? Explain in 3 points, and you can use these 3. So, summarizing what we learned today, money is a medium of exchange. It can be exchanged for any commodity or service. It's an intermediate between buyer and seller, and it eliminates the need for double coincidence of wants. We learned about money, double coincidence of wants, evolution of forms of money, and why modern currency is accepted as a medium of exchange. So these are the 4 terms we learned today, and part 2 will be coming soon, which will talk about bank activities. So we'll be looking at what is a bank, what is the role of a bank, what are the loan activities of a bank, and this will be coming soon. So stay tuned for that. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great learning experience, and until the next video, this is Nishal Tube signing off.